As we close out 2024, I think we will all see it as memorable, very memorable. A switch was flipped. The zeitgeist was upended. A new social direction has taken hold. Free speech and merit are the new woke and cancel. At Tesla, the groundwork is laid. The impossible is now the almost achieved. What would you have called magic maybe a year ago or 2 years ago has become common daily drives. But 2025 will be the execution on both the changing culture and the advent of tech that will change basically everything. TV and movies will need to work overtime to come up with anything as exciting as fully reusable rockets, phones you can use anywhere on the planet, chips in the brain that fix eyesight and paraplegia, computers that will have superhuman capabilities, cars that drive themselves, and humanoid robots that can do virtually any human task better than humans. And those are just Elon's companies. Welcome to the future. A future where Tesla will head to 700 or maybe 1,000 or maybe Brian Wang's newest possible number of 1,500. But we do have one last day of the present, and Tesla in the first half hour managed to move between 414 and 428, and now is playing around somewhere in the middle, right around 422. The rest of the market has followed through on the pre-market green after all that red day yesterday, but I would not promise that the day will end as things are now. The weird start might only be a harbinger of things to come. All right, here's the news. Sawyer Merritt says, Tesla has just officially announced they have started trial production at their new Shanghai Megapack factory just 7 months after construction began. The new factory successfully passed completion inspection on December 27th. Mass production will start in early 2025. Tesla built this second Megapack factory in less than half the time that they built their Megapack factory in Lathrop, California. About the Shanghai Megapack factory, he has these bullets: initial capacity of 10,000 units per year, 40 gigawatt hours, doubling Tesla's global Megapack production capacity. Likely, however, it's a lot more. Number two, new factory covers an area of 200,000 square meters. That's 2.1 million square feet. That is 3 times the size of Lathrop. Okay, what are they going to do with all that extra space? Now, if you've listened to the channel for many, many months, you can remember Brian Wang and I speculating about this. I think also Bradford Ferguson and I speculated about this. What are they going to do with the rest of that space? Does that mean they're going to give us double or triple or some other number of megapacks coming out of this new facility in Shanghai? Or does it mean they're maybe going to have a 4680 line there? Or does it maybe mean they're going to build the unboxed cars there? Or what? That's a lot of extra space. Something's going to happen over there. Love to know what the plan is. Number 3 on his list, that aims to export megapacks to overseas markets, including the Asia-Pacific region, and it'll be supporting the green future. This new factory, number 4, will generate billions in revenue, about the same as 300,000 of the new Model Q. People just don't think about that. This factory the revenues and profits will be about the same as 300,000 vehicles. The megapacks built there will use local, low-cost LFP batteries. Sawyer Merritt also has this news. He says that 18,600 new Teslas were insured in China last week, tied for the second best week in Q4 and kind of the standard now. 18,000 a week is about what we're expecting. Now, that's the insured numbers in China. I don't know about any exports, and it would be odd if there would have been exports in December. But the 1.1 million run rate for next year, I think, is in place. And that's a lot more than the total that they made this year. I would look for a very good first quarter out of China, second quarter too, which were way under that 1 million run rate. if they have the vehicle sales potential, that's the key thing. It looks like they have the production potential. So can they sell out the Shanghai factory? A little less, I'm a little less certain about selling out Berlin and uncertain about selling out Austin, but all those are possibilities, as we've discussed on the show, even in the last couple of days. As we get the Model Y refresh, as we get full self-driving becoming 100% hands-free, easy, don't have to think about it, sleep in the back seat. If Elon makes that announcement, I think, and I asked Larry last night. Larry agrees with me. As soon as the unsupervised happens, every car that Tesla can build will get built and sold. From Ashok Alswami, he says, replying to AI driver, pulled in a few important improvements from version 13 into the 12.6 release for AI3. This is initially going to roll out to S and X customers, and other platforms should be having it within a week. Our car drives amazing as is, but exciting to move to the next version. So it looks like those of us who have the AI3 version of the hardware will be seeing a very, very substantial improvement in quality in about a week. Well, some with the S and X will be seeing it sooner, but about a week for the rest of us. Joe Tegmeyer says this, why do I have Troy Tesla's number in there also? Oh, Troy Tesla asked me about the production at Giga Texas this week. Not only does it appear there won't be any production, at least until late this week, likely restarting next week, but there are 0 new Model Ys anywhere to be seen in the usual places. The entire Model Y inventory at the factory is gone. He says, any thoughts? Well, yeah, I think they just sold out, and maybe they're switching over to Highland right now. Would that be amazing? Maybe we're going to be seeing Highland in the US in January, in addition to seeing it in Shanghai in January. And maybe, who knows, maybe things are happening in Berlin too. Berlin has definitely become the poor stepchild of the three locations. Come on, Berlin. Come on, Europe. You guys can do better. Rains 1220. I haven't quoted him for a while now. He predicts that by the end of the first quarter, AI3 FSD will outperform the current capacities of AI4 FSD. Okay, so let me restate that. So AI4 with the FSD right now, everybody says as smooth as can be, human-like, does it all, can hardly makes any mistakes, no needs for interventions. And he's saying that before the end of quarter one, those of us who are still on AI3 will have the capacity that is currently in AI4. Okay, all right, that's cool. And remember, Rains is a kind of computer nerd, one of these guys that understands stuff at a much higher level than most of us. Anyway, that's his assumption. And then why wouldn't it also have been able to take care of the few remaining edge cases that are of everybody's concern? AI Driver says FSD 12.6 rolling out on hardware 3 with end-to-end on highway, speed profiles on city streets, and redesigned controller. He's calling it a 13 mini. Okay, this is my predictions and projections for 2025. Here we go. There will be fighting in the Middle East in 2025. That's my number one prediction. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's going to happen. I can predict that for 2026. Although I don't know, getting the Trump folks back in power, maybe we can bring peace in the Middle East. I mean, it's possible. Look what Jared Kushner did last time. Number 2, most bills in Congress will be decided along party lines. Warren Redlick fought back on that one, clapped back on that one, and says he thinks that a lot of them are stupid bills like naming a statue or something like that, and that those are like unanimous or by declaration or whatever. Number 3, lawyers and politicians will lie. That will happen in 2025. For Tesla will be volatile and end up at the end of the year, way up. by the end of the year. Number 5, Elon Musk will do something really embarrassing in 2025. I'm not sure, but it's my prediction. Number 6, Starship will become 100% reusable and take payloads into space. Number 7, Neuralink will help at least a dozen patients next year. That is their goal, by the way. Tariffs will not add more than 1% to inflation. As for 2025, actually, I don't think that they'll add more than 1% to inflation for 2026 or 2027 either. Number 10, Trump will call many leaders in the US and around the world by funnier names than they will think of for them. Oh, I missed number 9. I said many leaders in the US and around the world will call Trump names. And then Trump will come up with funnier names. I got that in the wrong order. I'm so sorry. Warren Redlick will pick fights with new people. He's already picked one with me. And then he said that he wasn't trying to pick a fight. But that was in 2025. So Warren, you're going to have to pick a fight with somebody new in 2025. Number 12, robotaxis will launch and unsupervised will happen. Number 13, nobody will say this. I guess I was wrong about vision being all you need for automated driving. Number 14, Optimus will master 100 or more, hundreds even, of factory tasks. What do you think? Number 15, Gordon Johnson will finally move his price target on Tesla to above 50 as Tesla hits 1,000. And he will still be interviewed, and so will Ross on CNBC and other places. 16, I will be right about many of my projections and predictions in 2025, and I will be wrong about many of my predictions and projections in 2025. Number 17, I will add to my wild shirt collection next year. I promise that'll happen for sure. Number 16, Cybertruck bottle openers will become the new pet rock. So you better get yours now, because otherwise we may not have enough. They may run out. We may have people, tearing down my walls and breaking into my garage to try to get theirs. Number 19, Doge will be hugely successful. The Doge Commission, maybe the Doge coin too, but the Doge Commission will be hugely successful, and many people will continue to say horrible things about Elon Musk anyway. And number 20, 2025 will go down in history for the stunning things that will happen in the U.S. government. In the U.S. government, people will be talking about it for years, about the changes. Like they're talking about Argentina now, that will be the U.S. next year, and the huge things that are going to happen in tech. This is from NDTV. I know I have never quoted them before. Elon Musk, the tech billionaire, who is one of the most talked about personalities in the world currently, has created a buzz on the internet again. Oh, not Elon, by changing his X, formerly Twitter profile's display name to 𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐻 Maximus. He also swapped his profile picture to an image of the famous Pepe the Frog meme. The tech mogul's new display picture shows Pepe the Frog wearing golden armor and holding a video game controller. The image has been trending online for years and has been used in all sorts of posts symbolizing humor and sarcasm. 𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐻 Maximus is a meme inspired by cryptocurrency token operating on multiple blockchain platforms, including Ethereum and Solana. It recently emerged as a prominent entity in the cryptocurrency market, attracting attention from both investors and enthusiasts. As of December 27, 𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐻 was selling at around 0.005667, representing a surge of 497% in 24 hours. The link between Musk's profile name change and cryptocurrency is not yet clear. However, in a post on X, he wrote, 𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐻 Maximus will soon reach level 80 in hardcore PoE. Musk has also often shown interest in cryptocurrency. Recently, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump announced that the owner of X will lead the Department of Government Efficiency under his administration, which was first proposed by Musk, championed by Trump, in a way to cut down on government bureaucracy. The department, of course, has the acronym DOGE, the name of the Dogecoin currency often touted by Musk. This is Randy Kirk. If any of this was useful, if any of it was entertaining, if any of it was mildly, you listened to it and you kind of liked it, would you hit the like button? and then subscribe. I have over 1,100 new subscribers in the last 30 days. Maybe you've already done it, but if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and then hit notify, because guess what? Later today, yep, it's Nicholas Gibbs, the youngest member of my team, of co-hosts, maybe the wisest at this age. I think we could say that. And then after that, we have Brian White with part 2 of his regular 2 sessions with me each week. The S&P, Patreon. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price NSA Index, covering all 9 U.S. Census divisions, reported a 3.6% annual return for October, which was down from the 3.9 annual gain in the previous month. Why are they so far behind? Why are they only reporting October at the end of December? They're slower than the government. Come on, Case-Shiller, do better. This is the 21st century. This is the time of AI and super tech. Come on, CoreLogic. You guys can do better. S&P, you guys, holy mackerel. The 10-city composites show an annual increase of 4.8%, down from the 5.2% level. The 20-city composite posted a 4.2 rate, dropping from 4.6. New York again reported the highest annual gain at 7.3. Chicago and Las Vegas had 6.2 and 5.9, and Tampa had the smallest, only going up 0.4, something to do with weather. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that, but what you're seeing there is a generally flatter increase in prices in homes. That, I think, is probably a happy idea. We can end our news portion on that happy note. All right, let's go ahead and take a look where stocks are now. Okay, so Tesla is at 424, like I said, after being as high as, what is this? It was as high as 428, as low as 413.70, and now is at 424.40, up $6.98 for the day. The NASDAQ up 34, the Dow up 136, S&P up 14. Believe it or not, some of the Magnificent Seven are negative, including NVIDIA, Google, and Apple, but all by pennies, by less than $1. The rest of them are in the green, all of them by less than $1. That is weird. Not sure I've ever seen that before. So you could say that the Magnificent Seven is flat. Well, I'm sorry, the Magnificent Six, which they wanted to change it to. Do you remember that? So Magnificent Six is flat, whereas Tesla is outperforming all of them by a lot today. What about the Cathie Woods? Those are all up. Again, pennies, pennies, pennies. So flat to up, doing okay. Believe it or not, Nike, whatever happened to Nike, but Nike's up nicely this morning. Anyway, okay, you didn't care about that. Percentage-wise, we have the Dow up 0.33. We've got the NASDAQ up 0.17, the S&P up 0.24, and Tesla up 1.22. See, outperforming quite substantially. If we go ahead now and look at the bonds, we have the bonds down 1 point, that's the 10-year, down 1.4 basis points at this point. We have got the 1-year down 3.1 basis points, and we have the 1 month down 3.4 basis points. I love all that directionally. I would wish the 10-year would be more. It's now sitting at 4.531. That is still, as you can tell, above 4.5. Needs to get down under 4.5 and then just keep going. All right, what about oil? Last time I checked, it was up a tad, and now it is still up a tad, up 65 cents. Oh, wow. So oil now at 71.64. That's Texas Intermediate. 74.58, almost exactly $3 for Brent, suggesting no Middle East activity that's impacting. Natural gas, just absolutely all over the place, was over $4 yesterday, now back down to $3.73, down 5.13 this morning, had jumped up at one point over 20%. That was true because why? We have a major cold snap, huge bone-chilling cold, according to the headlines, coming into the Northeast and the Great Lakes. We have got gold up 14 this morning at 2,632. Go ahead, you say it. Let's say I say this word all the time. I know I repeat myself. Right in the middle of its current range. Silver just under 30 at 29.35. We've got copper still over $4, $4.04. And we have got the dollar mixed right now, but still very, very near their highs. I'm sorry, Bitcoin up 1,000, but 95,460. Now, I have these ranges, so that puts it back into my other range. But if it stays in this area around 95 for very long, I'm going to have to establish a new range, like anybody cares about what I think the ranges are. That will be the day. Okay, so what we have going on right now is we have a market that is up. Generally, it's green. Everybody's up. Well, not everybody, but it's pretty much up. What we have coming up is we've got Nicholas Gibbs, and then which is later. I'm sorry, no, that's at round. It's going to be early today, by the way. That'll be early. 2:15, 2:30, somewhere in that area right there. That's when we're going to come out with that show. And then, because it's New Year's Eve, we'll do that one a little earlier. But we will have Brian White at the regular new time of 7:45. That has turned out to be a very good time. That's when Brian White will be on. Look forward to both of those. Last night, fabulous show with Brian White. If you missed it, I will put the card right there. You want to go back and check that out. And my final note to you, other than like, subscribe, notify, and go down and do something with Patreon on this last day of the year. Tesla is up pretty much what I said earlier, $4.71 at 422. And that is my closing remark for this show for 2024. 2 years in the making, this show. Thank you. Amazing you are. Yes. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here and just supporting the show, for your kind comments. Even when they're not kind, send comments. But I love the kind comments more. It's been a great year, and I'm looking forward to an absolutely incredible, mind-boggling year coming up. It's been great talking to you.